We have been conditioned to believe that being strong is the ultimate virtue, that our worth is tied to how much we can endure, how much we can carry. But there is a silent danger in this. You only, your strength is your only identity. And when that's the case, you cannot heal. The mask of strength, the one that says you have to be unbreakable, unwavering, it might protect you for a little while, but it also will suffocate you. It keeps you from feeling, from resting. It keeps you from healing. It makes you believe that asking for help is a sign of weakness, when in reality, rest is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Like your body needs it, your body craves it. We have to have rest. Okay? You're not weak for needing rest. I know a lot of us were taught that resting was like a sin, right? Some of us used to have, anxiety when we heard our parents' cars pull up in the driveway. We used to feel like on Saturday morning, if we decided to sleep in a little bit later after having long weeks, we had long weeks at school for our age, for our size. Those were long weeks. No, we are not like our ancestors. We didn't have those types of, but that was inhumane. So we can't compare ourselves to inhumane treatment. Okay? For our size, for our brain power, for our capacity, there's nothing wrong with getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep. There's nothing wrong with that. You are not less than for taking a break. In fact, true strength is found in the ability to listen to your body and listen to your mind. Okay? We are not supposed to ignore the signals from our bodies. When we get a headache, we don't have a headache for the sake of having a headache. Something is wrong. It could be stress. It could be, something else in your body going on, but we're not supposed to have a headache. But we are trained to ignore it because people around us will be like, get back to work. It's just a headache. Relax. You know what I mean? When our bodies are cramping from, having that time of month, our bodies need rest. Our bodies are going through something in that time, and people like to say, oh, she's being so dramatic. No, you're not being dramatic. Your body is actually going through something. We have been programmed to think that it's not a big deal. And who told us that? I'm not even going to get into that. That's a whole different topic, but think about that. Who told us that these cramps are not a big deal? Somebody that doesn't get the cramps. Just saying. Right? So we are not supposed to ignore our bodies. We're supposed to listen to our bodies. We're supposed to listen to our mind and our gut. You're supposed to pause when you need to. And asking for a break, asking for rest, or just taking the rest is not a sign of failure. It's an act of self-preservation. Your strength doesn't lie in being unyielding. It lies in your ability to honor your limits, to have boundaries, to set boundaries and enforce them, to embrace your need for rest, and to trust that stepping back doesn't make you less of who you are. We were programmed to think that. We have to unlearn that ASAP. It's time to stop equating strength with the absence of vulnerability. Vulnerability is strength. Gosh, it took me so long to realize that vulnerability, I'm going to say it again. Vulnerability is strength. As you get older, you will realize that people who don't allow themselves to be accountable, to be vulnerable, to show any weakness. Now, you don't want to show your weakness to the wrong people, right? But you don't want to be vulnerable around the wrong people. But you don't want to be around the wrong people in the first place. So you try to use discernment, get away from those people. But if you're never able to be vulnerable, you know what that does to you? It is not good. It's not good. You holding all of that. You're human is a part of being human, is a part of the human experience, is to have vulnerable moments, weak moments, soft moments, human moments and experiences. True strength is knowing when to step back and allowing yourself to heal.